Of course, they're in town to see their Cavaliers battling for the playoff spot, but of course, they're here to see the guy in the middle of your screen. And with the ball, number 23, Michael Jordan.
We have an early matchup here. We see Winston Bennett against Michael Jordan, Elo against Pippen. So I think they're giving him a different look here, saving Elo maybe for later in the game if it's close, so he'll have more energy to defend against Michael Jordan.
And Pippen against Elo right away. Takes it down in the hole against Jordan, who's posted Bennett with the turnaround. And Michael Jordan.
As of late, Bob, he got injured and he really hasn't gotten back in shape yet.
Larry Nance from college territory. About a 19-footer. Tied at 2. Cartwright with the short jump. Cutting into the paint. Jordan tried to muscle again against Cartwright. No help there. Held it too long, and the second steals leader in the NBA, Jordan, just took it away. Pippen with the offensive foul.
Well, Michael Jordan made a great steal defensively. He got the ball in the open court, found Scottie Pippen, and Winston Bennett did a nice job stepping in. When you play Scottie Pippen, Bob, you must take away his dunks and his layups. There's a great steal by Michael. Look at the great hands. He goes and he just tears it away. The screen gets off. He hits Pippen, who gets the offensive foul.
Elo from the corner. Elo with 2.
Must make the Bulls turn the ball over.
Scottie Pippen has to give it up. Bad pass to Cartwright. Nance takes it. He throws it away to Pippen. From 14. Grant with a rebound. Back up strong against Nance.
Make those jump shots.
Here's the double team against Jordan. He pitches into Cartwright, reversing to Pippen, missing from long range. Jordan with a rebound, the basket, and draws the foul from Larry Nance.
Well, Michael Jordan just does everything on the floor. Here's a rebound over Larry Nance. Scottie Pippen against Cleveland in the 3 ball games this year, shooting 16 for 50. So he has not been a good shooter. It looks like that they're gambling off of him and forcing Scottie Pippen to shoot the ball from the outside.
Michael got 54 against Cleveland. He'll usually hit that 15-footer.
Just the quickness and the acceleration of Mark Price to get inside.
Pippen open from 12 off the glass from Michael Jordan. Bulls running 4-on-4. Jordan wanted the 3. Bennett backs off another step. He'll take it. He backed off another step, and Michael took him to the cleaners on the baseline. Oh, you lose both ways.
They say I better play him at the 3. There's a steal by Michael. He knocks it off Elo's leg. So
4 Cleveland turnovers.
You know, Michael Jordan, how do you play him?
And rookie B.J. Armstrong is in to play Price now. One of the guys Price is bigger than, one of the few. Price just inside 3-point territory.
He's been a recipient and played very, very good basketball. He's become an all-star this season.
Cleveland perfect at the free throw line, 7 out of 7 so far in this game with a 4-point lead. Grant from long range. Davis gets the rebound from behind Nance. Jordan goes and gets 3.
Well, a second shot opportunity. Charles Davis with a nice offensive rebound. And Michael Jordan has a way of making you do that.
Yes. Jordan sees a slight crack in the Cleveland more game. He thinks that he's... Mark Price says, I like to just watch Anderson dribble the ball. He's so good. High praise from Mark Price. 13 for Jordan. For 3, Price.
See, you can behind that screen roll. B.J. Armstrong, when he hits that pick, has got to keep fighting over the top.
Cleveland fell asleep. Grant made him.
Those are the easy baskets that we talk about. You've got to take those away from Chicago, especially Grant and Pippen. See, B.J. sliding behind this again. Price is going to get in range to get his shot.
Now Elo gets it down to Williams again. Here's the double team. Went to his left that time.
That's
surprising everybody. 36 seconds
Look for
to go.
a quick 3 here. He might go 2 for 1. You better play him because they can get a quick one and get the shot clock, get another possession.
There's Elo. He spots out for the jumper, but it's inside 3. That's exactly what they had in mind.
Go 2 for 1, Bob. They're going to get the shot. They're going to get the ball back. They defend here against Chicago. They should get the last shot of the quarter.
Elo now 2 of 7 shooting. Time remaining in the quarter. About a 1-second differential in the shot clock and the quarter. 5 on the shot clock. Jordan gets Elo airborne, hits the basket, draws the foul, That's slightly reminiscent of the shot in the playoffs.
A little bit. You know, see, Michael loves a challenge. And there was a big article in the Cleveland paper today about Elo being an outstanding defender. Michael sees that and his eyes light up. You see the pump fake. There he is, hanging in the air. Price running at him, the bump, and the three-point opportunity. And Michael Jordan loves a challenge. You've got to just let him play his game without challenging him like that, because he'll throw 50 at you.
Well, he's thrown 16 in the first quarter with 3 seconds remaining. Elo will have to launch it from just inside half court. Almost no cigar. Chicago leads by 1. Goes 7 of 12 from the perimeter. Cleveland only 6 of 14. Elo only 1 of 6. So that's in a big Bulls favor at the moment. Nevertheless, Cleveland trails it by 1, opening the second quarter with 7 on the shot clock. From long range.
King, so he's playing excellent basketball right now, starting to get more confidence as the season winds down.
Chucky, the rookie out of North Carolina State. Here's the double team. Jordan, that leaves Cartwright wide open. He hits it from the baseline. Over hot rod.
He can step out to 18 feet and make that shot. Doherty that time tried to help on Michael Jordan.
Price takes it into Cartwright, draws the foul, gets the free throw and the basket, and the official gets a mouthful from Bill Cartwright.
Well, see, what is happening here is they're playing a lot of screen rolls we talked about. And what is happening is Bill Cartwright is being put in a position here. Doherty's setting the screen against Armstrong. Cartwright has to help. He's not quick enough when he takes that kind of angle. Mark Price hears the whistle, he throws it at the basket, and he gets the three-point play.
Talk about surprising. This is really surprising.
Well, New York has died. They have really had their problems. They are limping in right now.
It's a three-point attempt. A 1-point Chicago lead. 9 minutes to go first half. Kerr running at Armstrong. Shot clock to 5 seconds for Chicago. Pippen blows past Chucky Brown like he was nailed to the floor.
Well, see, Chucky, get to the foul line shooting a lot of jump shots. The referees will not put you there.
Bulls with 4 team fouls. Cavaliers with none. There's Williams going to his right and going
to your franchise that maybe would have gotten lost otherwise.
Kerr will defend B.J. Armstrong. Morton is on Michael Jordan. He was on him for a moment.
How about that? I mean,
then he
Michael
slipped off of him.
Well, I mean, he's driving to the basket. They go up and they wrap their arms around his waist, and he still gets the shot off. If you want to keep Michael Jordan from shooting the ball, you better wrap your body around his arms and just not allow him to even get a shot off. But what's the strength there? Tree Rollins comes over, he grabs him, and Michael still makes the shot.
And goes to the line for what would be, if should he sink this, his 19th point in this game.
And only the third of this quarter again. That's where they got to throw ahead and try to attack. Now they're letting Chicago recover defensively, and now you've used time off the clock. Now you've got 14 seconds to try to run an offensive play.
Elo from the perimeter finally finds the range. Had 27 points versus the Suns. 9 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 steals. Had a great game against Phoenix. Elo for 3.
Sure, right now they're trying to get back what they did best going into the playoffs so they can make a run at maybe making a first-round upset.
Jordan with the double team, kicks it to King, back to Michael. What a beautiful play, Michael Jordan.
That's another
careless 25
pass.
And an opportunity to get 27. Jordan is down, he's all right. Nance draws the foul. He now has 2 personals, and Jordan 2 free throws away from having 27 with just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Well, you're going to see the little inline out of bounds play. Michael Jordan popping off. And he's going to give it up to Stacey King and then cut right out of the double team. This is when he's so effective. When you double him, he gives it up and then cuts right out of the double team. Beautiful give and go. And then a careless inbounds pass. Chicago really hurting Cleveland with their full court pressure defense right now. They've changed the course of this ball game. They've got the game in the tempo where they want it now rather than 7.5-point difference in turnovers.
Pippen against Nance. Nance was there to swat at it, causing the miss. Quick outlet to Elo against Armstrong and Jordan. Elo!
That's reminiscent of Ron Harper of last year. Michael's going into the post now, realizing in the penalty he's going to try to drive it, get to the foul line.
Gets the pick from Purdue from long range. Jordan!
Now watch Michael get to the line here. They're going to really get mad.
He got into the paint, gets the 2.
Ooh, BJ stepped on the line there. They didn't see it.
Sure did. Could have been an over and back. Stolen by Brad Doherty, who stepped out. Price takes it hard to the hole. Lost control. It'll be Chicago ball. Price can't stand the call from Dick Bavetta.
Scottie Pippen knocked that ball away from behind. The outlet pass that time by Will Perdue forced Mark Price to come back down the floor to get the ball.
Inside to Nance against Pippen. Jump hook. It's a 1 lead with 21 seconds to go in the half.
Well, the Bulls here in this situation, they like to get the last shot. They like to run Michael Jordan off a high screen roll, probably by Will Perdue. Let's see if Cleveland tries to run and double team him. So they're going to take the ball out of his hands. Smart play. Do not let Michael make the play.
3.5 seconds. They're going to let B.J. Armstrong take the jumper. The rookie sticks it. That's the end of the first half of play with the Bulls leading it 53-50.
9 times. He has 7 rebounds. He has 31 points. The Bulls shot 44% from the floor. Michael's shooting 11 for 15, so he's carried them in the first half. I think that what you're going to see right here is the first possession is going to go inside to Brad Doherty. He's going to have to get, Lenny Wilkins likes to do it right out of a timeout or right out of a set situation to get him going.
Price goes for 3 and gets it.
Paxson gets a lot of open shots in this kind of situation.
Into Cartwright. Paxson all alone out here, but Cartwright takes it from 6 feet.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but he got...
Chicago by 2. Mark Price curling off the screen, kicking it to Doherty to Nance over Grant.
Boy, Larry Nance shooting a lot of jump shots.
This will be good. Just a routine dunk.
Here's Michael outrunning everybody with the basketball. You see his speed. It's 5 for 14 now.
Jordan with 9 rebounds and 35 points. Remember,
hard in the half court for everything they get.
9:40 to go, third quarter. Pippen kicks it to Grant. And by the way, Paxson has donut, 0 points. Jordan on the pass and the bounce. Jordan 8, Bulls by 5. Cleveland battling for that 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Jordan penetrating, splits 3 guys, gives it to Horace Grant. The turnover for Chicago, and Hot Rod Williams brings it up to Bennett. As a path to the hoop, goes to the left hand. Nice move, bad shot. Now here's Jordan against Williams. Williams fouls Michael hard, but catches the franchise.
They're going to call
smart move by John Williams.
But they're going to call a breakaway foul on this. They're going to call contact in the back, and Lenny Wilkins is going to be upset with this. You know, Bob, I want to tell you something about the breakaway foul. The breakaway foul is not determined by the severity of the contact. That's not the intent of the rule. If you make contact in the back from behind, if your body is not in front of the guy and you're not playing the ball and you have contact in the back, it's a breakaway. As Hot Rod Williams got in front of him, I think that's a good call because John Williams was behind Michael Jordan, and this could be a 4-point play.
And the reason you see him at the line, it's not a technical. He goes to the line for the free throw, then he gets the other free throw, then the Bulls also get possession of the basketball.
So it could be a 4-point play here.
Exactly.
See, they put this rule in because the guy is being pushed in the back and all on fouls in a breakaway situation because they felt like guys were getting driven into the stanchion and getting hurt.
During your days as a player, it happened a lot. You saw some really severe fouls undercutting on breakaways.
Cleveland right now has got to stop him defensively, and Michael Jordan feels it, and it's going to be awfully tough to slow him down right now. Boom.
Oh, my. Michael Jordan has 41 points. And the Bulls have an 11-point lead, and the Cavaliers have a timeout, and Lenny Wilkins is out here in the face of Bavetta. There's the technical foul.
He's going to get thrown.
He's going to get ejected. There's 2. He's out of here. Lenny Wilkins is gone. He's still at Bavetta. Saw Lenny Wilkins go, "Ah, shucks."
Yeah.
That'll get you tossed. It's one of the words you can't say.
You know, Lenny Wilkins, one of the most mild-mannered coaches in the league. You see Dick Bavetta, and Lenny Wilkins felt like that there was a couple bad calls he didn't like.
Early in this game, Cleveland had a big disparity in fouls being called against Chicago. In the second quarter, that evened up in favor of Chicago. The crowd got into it. Cleveland got into it. Wilkins is now ejected. You can believe that these 20,000 fans at Richfield Coliseum will be all over this gentleman the rest of this game.
Well, what they got to do right now is Cleveland's got to regroup here. The fans are in the ball game. They've got to take this energy and they've got to use it in a positive way.
Michael Jordan has 41 points, and the Bulls lead it by 11 with 7:25 remaining in the third quarter. First of the two technicals. There's the second. Jordan now has 43 points in the game. And, folks, we are not happy campers here if we are Cleveland fans.
No, they feel like the officials now have allowed Michael to get away with a couple pushes, going to the basket, a breakaway foul. That was a 6-point play that Michael Jordan just converted for Chicago to double this lead.
Dick Helm steps in for Price, draws another foul. Dick Helm steps in for Lenny Wilkins, who's been ejected. And there are jeers for the call that time against Armstrong as Price goes to the line again.
Now, see, if I'm coach, if I'm Dick Helm in that timeout, I tell Mark Price and I tell my team, under no circumstances do you shoot a jump shot this time down the floor. You drive the ball to the basket, and we will get to the free throw line. And that's what Mark Price did, and he steps up and converts. But coming out of that timeout, no jump shots. In fact, the next few times down the floor, I want my guys going to the basket.
Price knocks them both down. It's an 11-point Chicago lead with 7 to get a call. Crowd gets excited again. Doherty is 0 for 5. Armstrong open from the baseline. He nails it. But P.J. Armstrong now gets it in the open court to Grant against the lone defender. He has on Craig Hodges' shorts. And Craig is as big as they said Let was. Somebody needed to scout his size.
Well,
here's Let from long range, and he drains just inside three-point range. He was leading scorer in the CBA for Pensacola. Elo welcomes him to the league, and they call the foul on Let. Dick Bavetta offers a second welcome to the NBA.
Man, oh man, that was a vicious pick.
Hello, I'd like to welcome you to Cleveland.
Now, you know what? I don't know who's guarding Elo there. I can't see it. I think it's probably Scottie Pippen, but he's got to be yelling out. Watch the screen. If Scottie Pippen, or excuse me, if Elo is a big guy, Let might be in the hospital right now.
And then Elo gets to go to the free throw line. Pippen is just laughing. I have a feeling, however, Let won't be laughing with Scottie. But mercy.
You know, Chicago's got to be very careful right now. They've made a great run and everything. They're in lead. They're in command of this basketball game. There's still a lot of time to be played. Cleveland's at home. They can get back into this ball game if they'll just be patient.
That was Let to Bavetta to Jordan. Long rebound to Pippen, stolen by Price.
Watch Michael Jordan here. Watch Jordan.
And beautifully, Price saw Jordan as you did and dished it to Elo. Crowd's into this ball game. They're emotionally connected. Jordan kicks it out to Grant from 18. Shot clock for Chicago.
You got to watch Michael Jordan. He loves to take a lob on this play.
Shot clock to 10. Jordan has 43 in this game. Kicks it to Cartwright. Fakes Elo. Takes the 15-footer. Rebound Williams. Price running has Elo way out in front. And the layup, and it's a 9-point Chicago lead. And Elo
are going to have to get involved offensively. Michael's carried him now with 43 points. Some of the other guys are going to have to start looking to score.
Williams with a steal. It's 4 on 3. Price to Elo. Drives into Jordan. Offensive foul. Listen to the crowd.
That was a bad call. That was a bad call there. Michael Jordan was not set, and Elo was going in. Michael exceptionally quick, but the Bulls dodged the bullet there.
Yeah, Elo should have been at the free throw line, no question about it. Bulls by 9, 3:25 to go third quarter. Into Jordan. Over Price. Jordan, the game has 25 already, but it's vastly overshadowed by Michael's shot at 60.
You got Mark Price against Michael Jordan. They can take him right in the post.
That's what they've done. Price went for the steal. Jordan burned him. 40.
Well, see, Michael recognizes Price on him in the post, so he just backs him down. Mark Price tries to circle to get the steal. Scottie Pippen with a nice pass, and Michael with a wide open fishered him up here. They could have got a backcourt violation there with the shot clock.
Pippen against Hot Rod Williams. Jordan, 49. History by Michael Jordan. He could break 60 tonight. Has 49. About to go for 2 more. 3 on the shot clock. Over Elo.
Look who it ends up with, though, Michael. How does he get the ball?
Stacey King just tipped it back out to 23. It's like a rec league team where they've got the ringer.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not exactly like a rec league team. Jordan will go to the free throw line. Chucky Brown getting that time. Everybody's had their chance at trying to hammer at Jordan.
I tell you, we were sitting at lunch today. If you remember correctly, there's a big article on Cleveland today, and Michael talking about how much respect he has for Craig Elo as a defender. And we knew that Michael was going to come out tonight. And when we were talking about it at lunch today, that look out, because Michael loves these kind of challenges.
I just happen to have that with me, being the journalism person here. I bring all
Headlines,
these along.
what? Mission Impossible.
Elo to try to ground to air. Will Purdue in the game for Chicago, along with Davis, 2 Vanderbilt players on the floor. Pippen against Williams with 7 on the shot clock. Drove the baseline. Nice move by Pippen.
That was a great move there by Scottie Pippen.
Didn't look like he had room on the baseline. Obviously he did.
I tell you, the Bulls are playing excellent basketball right now. This will be their 7th straight road win, and they are playing tremendous basketball. It's still a ball game. I'm not trying to excite everybody, but there's still plenty of time left in the game. A 14-point lead is nothing.
There's the mismatch.
You see, Doherty didn't even take advantage of it.
Elo going for 3 and getting it. That's a 13-point lead now with 7 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Pippen, offensive foul with 3.3 seconds remaining. And Pippen now has 4 personal fouls.
See, now this is how quickly things change. If the Bulls can stick a score, it's all of a sudden an 11-point ball game.
If Cleveland, you mean.
Excuse me, yes, if Cleveland can score and maybe get to the foul line.
They should have a chance with 3.3 if they've been watching the NCAA tournament. That's an hour. Morton on the drive. Gets the bucket. It'll count. You got that right, Doug Collins. Dick Helm, who's replacing the ejected Lenny Wilkins, has his team now trailing by 11.
Bill, you get more playing time. That's my rebound.
give me one stat. Paxson from the perimeter. Hits it here. He struggled in the first half with his shot.
At Atlanta.
Morton against Paxson. Take him to the hoop, see if they can get another foul from him. No. Good pass from Morton. No look into Doherty, who gets his first field goal of this ball game.
He had a tent in the lane that time. I think they were so intent on watching John Morton that Brad Doherty was just planted right in the middle of the lane.
Brad Doherty flea market. 91-80, Chicago by 11. Inside to Stacey King. It was blocked by Williams, and then he took the loose ball. Tough play by Williams. Elo goes to the floor. He's all right. Pass down to Chucky Brown.
See, Brad Doherty's got to want the ball right now against Bill Cartwright. You got to get him the ball, and he's got to make something happen. This is where your big man really comes into effect. The 4th quarter of an important game.
They've posted Williams, who goes to the right. The jump hook goes in for John.
But players forget during the course of the game. Stacey King is a rookie. He's got to learn what John Williams likes to do.
This is a Cleveland on a roll right here, battling back in. Chicago had led by 15. 4 on the shot clock. Paxson's got trouble. They get it to Jordan. He goes for the 3. He gets the 3. Oh, my. Michael Jordan has 54 points. That 4 that he got against Cleveland in the opening game in overtime this year. Jordan 6 away from 16.
See, the toughest thing about that, though, is the shot clock was winding down. They played great defense.
Doherty gets the roll. He's had 2 field goals. He's bigger at the moment. Doherty was invisible inside earlier in this game, but he's got a couple of big rebounds and a couple of baskets here lately.
They want to go to John Williams down on the block against Stacey King.
Turn around, right-hander goes down for John Williams. The forbid, whatever that thing is. 8 minutes to go in this. I'm staying away from it. Here's Doherty against Cartwright again. Gets him in the air. Misses the follow, but there is Nance for the basket. And it's a 6-point. The guys inside who can score, Williams, Doherty, and Nance. They're looking for Williams. Draws the double team. Where's the open man? Doherty has 10 on the shot clock. Back to Price. Price has Cartwright way outside. Bennett takes it inside. Somebody got a hand on it. Went in anyway. Looked like Stacey.
Stay active, Bob. They've got to make sure that when he penetrates, they're ready to shoot the basketball.
He penetrates. He has to dish it off. 2 on the shot clock. Inside the King. It would have counted.
Oh, man.
Jordan gets the loose ball.
Boy, they got to grab that ball. That time the ball, they tipped it loose.
Michael has 12 rebounds to go with his 51 points. Cartwright. You could see Cartwright almost surprised by that pass. Once Jordan gets rid of it, Chicago is disorganized. Williams with the
Oh, he's going to call the offensive foul.
Listen to this crowd. They were going to call goaltending after it, but first, the offensive foul against Williams.
Boy, that's a big play right there because that would have been Paxson's 6th foul. He would have been out of the ball game, and it would have been a bucket and a 3-point play opportunity. You're going to see it right here. I'm not sure John Paxson got there. And then Michael Jordan with the goaltending. This could be a 5-point play right here. And the fact that the outside jump shot, Winston Bennett trying to keep him out of the middle.
Over on the left of your screen. Now out of the screen to the left. Winston Bennett just all over Jordan. There's Jordan. He got away from him from 17. Jordan has 53. Make that 56. 56 for Jordan. Nance down inside. Draws the double team. Gets the bucket anyway.
Enough contact to make that call.
13 rebounds for Michael Jordan. Chicago by 4. It's playoff intensity here in this game. Jordan has 58. The next 2.
Pippen's going to give him a little bump, and he's going to come off. But the big thing is Brad Doherty stays locked to Bill Cartwright. If we'll roll this, we'll take a look. He comes locked up, and you're going to see it right here as he keeps going. Keep Michael Jordan going. Here's Brad Doherty's got to show out here and prevent this pass. He's all the way back here. Winston Bennett doesn't have a chance. Brad Doherty's got to give the man some help on Mark Price. It's a matchup we want to watch.
To Nance, draws the double team. And the Cavs reverse it. They get Williams in the paint. Tips his own shot back down to Nance, who hits Williams for the jam. It's a 2-point game at Richfield Coliseum.
Michael Jordan has got to get the ball in his hands right now and deliver.
Jordan looking for his 59th and 60th points. He's got them. 60 points for Jordan. By 1, minute 44 to go.
They got a ooh. They're making Michael work hard. They've got to foul the waist again. I keep telling you that. They've got to foul so they can really dog Michael.
Here's the double team. Elo and Price. He gets it to B.J. Armstrong. 4 on the shot clock. Armstrong misses. Big rebound by Michael Jordan.
You know, I mean,
where wasn't he out on the perimeter?
He was out on the perimeter. He threw the ball to B.J. Armstrong. B.J. Armstrong double pumped on his shot. He did not shoot it in rhythm. That was not a confident shot. And then Jordan comes flying in for the rebound. This is just an unbelievable effort. Look at, here comes Michael Jordan. And a great rebound. Important here, this is not a shooting foul. Ball sideline out of bounds to Chicago.
Cleveland had the foul to give. Chicago leads it by 1, has called timeout with a minute 20.
Michael Jordan loves to go to the post here in this situation.
They have him posted against Elo over to the left of your screen.
Because he can also get to the free throw line down here.
There he is, trying to back cut on Elo. Elo all over him. Michael pops loose, finally out high, pulls up. Bad shot,
man.
Rebound, Grant! It is not going to fall, but he draws the foul.
Oh, man, they played great defense, Cleveland did, and no one blocked Horace Grant off the boards. That's a big follow-up right there by Horace Grant, and the ball laid on the rim, almost a 3-point play opportunity.
Grant will now go to the free throw line.
Boy, you saw a great effort there by Craig Elo to try to keep the ball out of Michael Jordan's hands. He made him work so hard. And now Horace Grant, who can be a good free throw shooter, but also is very inconsistent, now at the line.
72% on the year, Grant. Not great. He gets the first one, big one. Here's Jordan working.
Look at Elo work. Look at him work. I mean, they work so hard, and then no one blocks out Horace Grant.
That was the end of the play. Elo had just been pounding him earlier.
See, still plenty of time, Bob. There's still 3 possessions left in this game. And it's a 3-point ball game, so Cleveland still got plenty of time. What they need to do is get a stop and score.
When we come back, I want your answer on how much Cleveland misses Lenny Wilkins right now, who's been ejected from this game. They need him. And he's in the locker room biting his nails.
Watch Mark Price now. If they run this high pick where John Williams will back pick, they're going to go screen
there it
roll.
is. Price for 3. He doesn't get it. Rebound, Nance. It's a big one.
They still got plenty of time. They really don't need a 3 right now. They still got plenty of time.
Doherty sets the pick for Elo. Punched away by Jordan, but he's going to be called for the foul. With 49.8 seconds remaining in the game, and the Bulls leading it by 3. Cleveland knows they can move into the 8th and final playoff spot with a win tonight.
See, Craig Elo's not a good foul shooter. You would think that the way he shoots the ball from the outside, but he is not a good free throw shooter. I think he's in the 60%.
Craig Elo shoots 69%.
Pulled a string on it. Didn't even look confident shooting that ball.
He gets this one. It is now a 2-point game.
See, they've missed 2 critical free throws. Nance missed 1 and Elo missed 1, and we got a tie ball game, and that's what it comes down to here late.
The rookie gets the double team. Now Pippen draws the double team.
Well, they're going to have a violation.
He's in trouble.
They don't get it across.
It's a turnover. The double team pressure forced Pippen to throw it out of bounds. He had only 1 more second on the half-court violation. Cleveland gets a timeout, trailing by 2 with 38.9. And look at Jordan all over Cartwright. Jordan, the man who's doing the talking in the timeout, not Phil Jackson.
Well, here's what you got now in terms of time, okay, Bob? You got 38.9 seconds, all right? You would like to get this shot up in enough time where you trade 2 for 1. So look for them getting the ball in, maybe to Mark Price, having him come strong, and look for a quick shot. Maybe take it to the basket. They want to trade 2 for 1. So even if they don't score, if they stop Chicago, they've got a chance to come back and either tie or win the ball game. So timing and using the clock. If Mark Price is being played by B.J. Armstrong, look for him to try to take him off the dribble. Craig Elo spotting up for 3 points if Michael Jordan tries to help out.
Elo and Price, they've got Doherty out high also. Time remaining in the game in the lower right of your screen. John Williams draws a triple team. Jordan with the steal nearly. Elo, bad shot. Jordan with the rebound, and the foul is on.
Boy,
it's on Elo.
Cleveland tried to run a set play that time to get the ball into John Williams. They ended up getting a tough shot by Elo on the baseline, and then a Michael Jordan with a great rebound. But in that situation, I don't like the second guess, but I like Mark Price going against B.J. Armstrong.
Me too, clearly. Jordan at the line. He has 60, that's correct, 60 points in this game. His career high is 63 back in '86. He misses the free throw. A big miss with 22.9 left. It's a 2-point game.
Now, see, even if Michael makes this shot, I don't like a 3-pointer at this time unless it comes out of the flow, because there's still plenty of time to foul.
It's a 3-point Chicago lead. Jordan has 61. That ties the most points scored in the NBA this year with Karl Malone, who scored 61 on January 27th. All right, Coach Collins, 22.9 remaining, Chicago by 3.
Well, I don't run a set play to get a specific 3-point shot. There's 22 seconds. I try to get the ball, and again, I try to get it to Mark Price. Don't be surprised if Michael Jordan doesn't play Mark Price on this possession, okay? But I try to get something going to the basket. If the defense collapses and we pitch it and shoot a 3, that's one thing. Normally, in many times, teams will give you a quick basket to keep from fouling, or maybe you'll get something going to the basket. If you shoot a 3 and miss here, the game is over. So that's why, with this amount of time, I don't like to do that.
And they do have Armstrong on Price. Inbounding will be John Williams.
Be aware of Scottie Pippen now trying to prevent Price from getting the ball coming inbounds. He'll double him up. Oh, no.
They lob to Nance. It's picked off by Grant.
Oh,
and fortunately for Cleveland, falls into the hands of Doherty.
That was a horrible play.
Time remaining in the game, 15 seconds. Price kicks to Elo. He goes for 3. And hits it! Cleveland by 1! Oh, my! Craig Elo with the triple!
That was penetration Bob, what we talked about, Price penetrating.
And by the way, Chicago led by 3. That tied it 105-105.
The penetration and the pitch. Michael Jordan came over to give help. He left Elo. At that point in time, you want to make him shoot it too. You don't want to give a man a three-point shot. Watch here, we got the screen. Price off the screen. There comes Horace Grant. Michael Jordan is sucked in to give help, and there's Elo with the 3. Great play, and they were very fortunate because John Williams threw a horrible inbounds pass.
Oh yeah, watch this.
This is a dying quail right there. That is a horrible pass, and Larry Nance almost fouled Horace Grant, and the Cavaliers were very fortunate to get away with that.
Bounced off Elo into the hands of Doherty. That was Elo's 3rd three-pointer tonight, by the way, which tied it at 105, 11.3 remaining in this ball game. Now, I ask you about, as the Chicago coach here, you got to get it to Jordan.
Yeah, well, you know,
right?
yes,
Or not?
yes, you're going to get the ball to Michael. What you're going to decide here is when do you want to go, and if you're Cleveland, okay, I don't know the timeout situation here. What is our timeout situation? Chicago has one and Cleveland has none. So the problem you have here with Cleveland, all right, if Chicago scores, you have no timeouts. You've got to go length to the floor. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see them double up and force B.J. Armstrong to take the shot, get the ball out of Michael Jordan's hands.
Could be a free throw line situation too. How about fouling early, giving them only 2 and then having 10 seconds to come back?
You never foul a team to give them the lead, Bob. Never. You know, you don't give a team a chance to go ahead of you because you have no timeouts. You can't get the ball to half court.
I wouldn't have done that. I just wondered what you thought.
Right.
I would, of course, never have called it. All right, here we go. Time remaining in the lower right.
Well, they're going to double up Michael Jordan here.
It's tied. Jordan's going for 3. He does not get it. We're in overtime at Richfield Coliseum. Jordan ends regulation with 61 points. There's almost no doubt that Jordan is going to break his career high of 63 in this overtime period. Cleveland looking for the win, which would move them into the 8th and final playoff spot in the East. Jordan almost stole it.
See, Horace had an open shot there. He didn't want to shoot it. That was sort of an afterthought. I don't know if you noticed the hesitation.
Absolutely. Elo fakes the 3, takes it to the paint, off the glass. Offensive foul, wipe out the basket. Elo with 5 fouls now, and he's defensing Jordan.
Here's Elo. He pump fakes Michael. Here's Bill Cartwright. That's a good call, Bill Cartwright.
Jordan, here's Elo. The shot clock.
Got to come double team him right now. Get it out of his hands.
Jordan from 13. Jordan has 16, his career high, set back in '86 versus Boston in 2 overtimes. Chicago by 2. 3 minutes to go in the overtime from Richfield. Williams nowhere to go. Jordan stripped it away. Jordan fouled by Nance. It's been Michael Jordan.
How is this man not tired? I don't know how he's not tired. I mean, he's doing everything offensively. He comes down and double teams. He strips John Williams in the post. Look at him. Here he comes. Look at the strength, and he just rips the ball loose. That's a good, clean steal.
And now he's waiting for the ball. Pippen inside to Cartwright. The fadeaway doesn't fall, but he draws the foul.
Boy, I tell you what, Cleveland is really upset with the officiating. They felt that there was no warrant to that foul as Bill Cartwright faded away for the shot. And at the other end, they did not get that call, so they are very frustrated right now with the officiating.
That's 2 on Doherty. It's 107-105, Chicago, 2:51 to go in overtime. Cleveland has been unable to score in the overtime period in 1 minute and 9 seconds. They've had a couple of opportunities. Once again, you talk about playoff basketball. That's what we're looking at here.
You're talking about.
And once again, who do you go to? As you pointed out earlier, you've got to look for the Cartwrights to come and play big for you.
They got it. Bill Cartwright, stepped up and took a 9 steps in and makes 2 free throws. So again, the little things, all right, that win basketball games. Cleveland needs to score on this possession.
Price going by Armstrong off the glass, and the free throw, a three-point opportunity for Price. You pointed that out at the beginning of this overtime period. Price against Armstrong.
Well, that's a matchup. Mark Price, you know, and that's not to belittle B.J. Armstrong. B.J. Armstrong was a rookie. He's cutting his teeth right now. Actually, Bill Cartwright actually got a piece of that ball. He's cutting his teeth right now against Mark Price, one of the better guys.
Said, all right, you said we'd do it. We did it. I should have hit the jumper. Minute 52 to go. Chicago leading it by 1. Jordan doesn't get the opportunity to score his 2 from the field, but Jordan at the free throw line just may set his all-time career high scoring record in this game tonight, and you folks are watching it. Jordan with 63, tying his high set in '86 versus Boston in 2 overtimes. Nance went out on the foul. He's fouled out. That obviously significant, as Bennett, Doherty, and Williams are at the front line now. Michael Jordan just set his career scoring record of 64 points.
See, now what happens again with being in the penalty now, the severity of that is that every time Michael puts it on the floor and is fouled, he's stepping up and shooting 2 free throws. So you've got to hope to get help without fouling him. That's a very difficult thing to try to do.
I can't think about anything except maybe Michael will get 70. Minute 40 to go.
It could happen if they start fouling.
Chicago by 3. Here's Price looking for Doherty inside. Cartwright was holding him. Doherty backs in, misses the shot, but will go to the free throw line. Brad Doherty goes to the line.
I tell you, Mark Price, it's so funny, you know, because coaches have things they like to do in critical times. And Mark Price, when he ran that play, looked over and smiled because we talked about that before the game.
4 screens. It was fun counting them. Mark Price is still laughing every time he looks over at Doug Collins.
And we only played these guys 22 times the last 2 years.
He's glad you weren't coaching, because actually it worked to perfection. He just missed the shot. Had you been coaching, you would have known that, of course, and probably had somebody take him down on about the 3rd screen.
You're right.
Right or wrong.
You're right.
1-point Chicago lead. B.J. Armstrong looking for Jordan. There he is. Winston Bennett guarding him now. Jordan pulls up from 13. He'll go to the line again.
See, there's the bump. Now Michael goes to the line, shooting 2 free throws. You got Winston Bennett playing Michael, and that's a foul that if you're going to put Michael on the line on that, Michael's going to get his 70. Watch this now. Michael knows penalty. He drives it. That's pretty incidental contact in a game like this to put Michael on with a game of this importance, to put a Michael Jordan on the foul line.
That's 66 points for Jordan. I hope you folks have seen this from the beginning. Michael Jordan has been spectacular. Cleveland has mounted a courageous effort trying to beat Chicago here. Cleveland has 8 wins in a row here at home. They're trying to move into that 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
Interesting substitution now. Lett is in the ball game for B.J. Armstrong. I'm sure defensively, Mark Price ought to try to take the ball at him.
3-point Chicago lead. 1:07 remaining. Jordan has 67. Price goes for 3. Not this time. Lost out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball with 57.4 remaining.
See, Lett that time when the ball went in the post left Mark Price. His job right now is to stay with Mark Price. Do not leave him and let him get that shot off.
Mark Price gets it to Williams. He's going to take it into the paint hard. He draws the foul on the drive, and John Williams will go to the free throw line. By the way, in case you're wondering, Jordan with 67 points. Wilt Chamberlain once scored 100. I guess everybody knows that, back in '62. After that, it was Wilt with 78. These are all-time top performances in regular season play. Chamberlain had 73 in '62. Chamberlain had 73 again in '62. David Thompson scored 73. Denver at Detroit in 78. Then it was 72 by Chamberlain, 71 by Baylor. So you see the company that Michael Jordan is in, and I'll make one more point about that. Pete Maravich once scored 68, New Orleans versus the Knicks.
And that was against Walt Frazier, one of the better defenders.
1-point Chicago lead. Cleveland looking at that high trap. They've got Grant. Oh, Cartwright to Pippen. 10 on the shot clock for Chicago.
Now if Michael's going to drive it.
There he is against Williams. The pull-up shot doesn't fall. Elo rebound. Cleveland could take the lead with 25 seconds to go.
Dick Helm wants a timeout. I don't think his team sees it, so they're going to go right ahead with it.
Doherty's going to set a pick. Now they've got the mismatch. They kick it to Elo for three.
Boy, Dick Helm wanted a timeout and no one saw it. You got to keep the ball out of Michael Jordan's hands and then foul here on the inbounds play.
Once again, Cleveland leads the league in three-pointers, but not that time for a three-pointer. They have to foul B.J. Armstrong, the rookie. But that was a chance for Cleveland to take the lead.
They have, remember, psychologically, they have not done that yet in this ball game, and as a result, they've played uphill the whole time.
Greg Elo, the good three-point shooter, but that certainly wasn't the shot you'd think they would have been going for. And Phil Jackson breathes a sigh of relief. Michael Jordan with a sore right arm, 67 points in this game. Since he's the league franchise, I better not say that. I better say I'm kidding. He does not have a sore right arm. Armstrong's only 2 of 6 from the line tonight.
It's a big free throw for the rookie.
All the scores from around the league right after this game. Chicago by 2. Huge free throw by B.J. Armstrong right here.
Oh, nothing but the bottom.
3-point Chicago lead. 10.7 to go in the game, and now Cleveland's got, correct me if I'm wrong, look for the three.
Yeah, and what you say, if you're Chicago, do you prevent them from getting a three? Do you circle the line and force them to try to get inside to get a 2? But, hey, Bob, I did a game in Detroit this year where, you know, Detroit's down to Philadelphia, 4 points with 9 seconds to go. Isaiah banks a 3, they get a steal and lay it in and end up going into overtime and winning the ball game. So, you know, this ball game is far from being over.
Let's take a look at this Elo three-point attempt. He was open for it, and it looked on line.
Well, you know, it was good penetration. You're going to watch Scottie Pippen. You see Michael Jordan, who's guarding Elo, help. But here comes Pippen at the last minute, and he gets a hand up and just distracts him just enough. And then the bad kick, the ball does not stay in play, and Chicago got a big break there.
Chicago leads it by 3, 115-112, 10.7 seconds to go in overtime. You see Michael Jordan coaching on the bench down there, giving instructions to the Chicago team. Cavs try.
Price away from it.
They get the ball to Price, but he's got Jordan on it. Nice spin move, and he draws the hard foul from Jordan. He tried to grab him before he went down, but Jordan wanted to make sure that Mark Price didn't get the three-point opportunity.
Well, that's a good foul by Michael. What you've done is now you put Price on the line. Now it's important now. Mark Price needs to make both these free throws. Michael chasing him, and when he sees he can shoot a 3, he fouls him. Now, in the CBA, that's 3 free throws. And I like the rule where if you foul a three-point shooter, it's 3 free throws because that prevents that foul from occurring. You've got to play tough defense without allowing that foul to happen. Oh, big miss.
Big miss by Mark Price. And the foul, John Williams on Grant with 7.6 to go.
Boy, that's a big miss. You know, Cleveland has been so close, but yet they just have not been able to finish it.
And Price has had a spectacular game, if vastly overshadowed by Jordan. Price has 31 in this game. Chucky Brown is in to replace John Williams. Grant will go to the line. 72% free throw shooter, but as you pointed out, Doug, he is inconsistent. So let's see what Horace Grant does here. These 2 are big free throws because Chicago leads by 2. Misses the first one.
Hey, you know, he misses this shot. Even if he makes it, if I'm Chicago, I got to think about, as they're pushing the ball up the floor, if they don't call timeout, to foul again and not let him get a three-point shot off. Watch Michael Jordan against Chucky Brown for this rebound if there's a miss.
Grant misses. Rebound, Jordan. Past Chucky Brown. You heard Doug Collins call it. Unbelievable. He stole the rebound from Chucky Brown. And the reason Chucky Brown was in there is because Williams went to the bench with his 6th personal foul.
See, Chucky Brown did not get, you know, Michael Jordan locked him up underneath the basket and pushed him. And, you know, you've got to be very, you know, you could just see it happening. And now Michael Jordan with 2 free throws will seal the game. And
about 1 million rebounds for Jordan tonight also. That was his 18th rebound to go with 67 points. and 6 assists. Oh, he fell off in that area of his game tonight. Maybe he'll work on that in practice.
Well, let me see then. Michael was 6 assists. That's 12. And how many points? 60, how many?
Let me correct that to 7 now that we recheck the statistics.
So 7, that's 14 points he accounted for. And then he has 67?
Exactly.
So what is that math? 81? He's accounted for 81 of the 115 points.
Pretty good contribution tonight. Career high 67 points, and you folks were here to see it. And he's not finished. He's going to probably end up 1 short of the 70 mark, but this will tie him with Pete Maravich right there. Pete Maravich had 68 along with Wilt Chamberlain. Maravich scored his 68 in 1977.
Cleveland is absolutely shell-shocked right now. They can't believe that Michael Jordan can continue to do this to him. This has been unbelievable.
69 points for Michael Jordan. And that puts Jordan in, let me just count them out loud here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th place all time on NBA scorers. And of those 8, 6 are held by Wilt Chamberlain. Only David Thompson and Elgin Baylor, other than Chamberlain, have scored more than Michael Jordan in a game.
Well, let me tell you an interesting story about the David Thompson, all right? David Thompson scored that many points. What is it, 73? That was the last day of the season, all right? With those 73 points, he took the scoring lead over George Gervin by percentage points. George Gervin was playing in New Orleans against the Jazz on that particular night. He needed 60-something points in order to reclaim the scoring title. He scored 64 or 65 points against New Orleans to win by percentage points against David Thompson. That was the last game of the season that year. So just a little trivia there for you, Coach Neal.
That's the all-time trivia remembrance of a significant historical fact as related to a player's career high in the NBA.
That's right.
A night of records. Michael Jordan has 69 points in this ball game. The Bulls have the lead by 4 with 4.2 seconds. So unless somebody fouls on a 4-pointer, and Chicago has done that before, you may recall.
Oh, don't even say that.
Craig Hodges, playoff game, Knicks. Remember that one? Just last year. But the Bulls went ahead to win that ball game. Coach Collins drew some. No, you don't have any gray hair, but you should have grown some gray hair from that one. There's Jordan with his 69 talking to Mark Price. Between them, they've scored 100 points.
Oh, he stepped in backcourt.
Over and back. John Morton, the rookie, stepped over and back, and Cleveland does not get the opportunity to shoot the ball.
That's a rookie mistake. In college, you can go back there, and at that time, he went to the backcourt. You've got to make sure that in those timeouts, you let the guys know that they can throw it into Michael and foul him and let him get 70.
Pippen's just going to hold on to it. It's been a beauty at Richfield Coliseum. A tough loss for Cleveland. The Bulls get a 4-point overtime victory. Michael Jordan with 69 points, and you saw him walk past the defender, Craig Elo. Remember what he said. The front page sports story here in Cleveland was, Elo tough